Good morning. I would like to welcome everyone to the Education Professions Committee meeting. We welcome those of you in attendance. We have with us today Tracy Williams from Teach Right USA. Welcome. Do we have any other visitors or news media to recognize? Committee members, you have before you the minutes from our February the 14th committee meeting. Is there any objection to approving the minutes as presented? Hearing none, the minutes are approved by unanimous consent. Next, I ask for approval of the agenda for today's committee meeting. Is there any objection to approving the agenda as presented? Hearing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. We do not have anyone signed up for public comment today. Now moving on to committee items. For approval today, we have 4 items. Item 1 is critical need subjects in schools for employment of retired educators 2023-24. We have Mary Hipp with us today from the Office of Educator Services to present.
Good morning, everyone. Long time no see. Ms. Allison, we've seen each other 3 days in a row now. That's right. So it's nice to have that chance to do that. Last month, we brought before you the critical need designations, the subjects in schools for retirement of the South Carolina teacher loan. This month, we're bringing an expanded list for the purpose of employing retired teachers beyond the earnings limitation that is in state statute. So we are presenting the same list of subjects as you approved last month and the same list of schools with 2 additions. So in addition to the 819 schools that you approved last month for the South Carolina Teacher Loan Program, we have added all of the CTE centers in South Carolina to that designation, as well as additional schools in districts that had a supermajority, or 67% or more of their schools met the requirements for critical needs for teacher loan. So for the new list, there are 975 schools that are eligible for the employment of retired teachers. We began these designations with the 2018-19 year. The retirement statute does allow the state board to approve these designations. And so when a district wishes to employ a retired teacher who is subject to that $10,000 earning limitation, they have to follow these criteria, and they present an application to the department to verify that that teacher is eligible. Otherwise, that teacher, at the point in time which he or she would earn $10,000, if they go beyond that, they no longer receive their retirement benefits for the remainder of the year. So I think you can see it's a rather important step for these educators, and it's an important tool for districts to be able to fill some of their critical vacancies.
Are there any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Board Member Kriminger made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Board Member Cordray seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you, Mrs. Hipp. Item 2 is an approval of out-of-state clinical experience placement, University of South Carolina, Columbia. We have Jacqueline Walsh from the Office of Educator Services to present.
Hello, thank you very much. The Field and Clinical Experience Requirements Policy of the South Carolina Educator Preparation Guidelines require that educator candidates complete an intensive, continuous clinical experience in South Carolina public school, but allows a provider to request state board approval for an out-of-state placement due to extenuating circumstances. University of South Carolina, Columbia is seeking an out-of-state placement for candidate Rebecca Semrich, who's enrolled in the Master of Library and Information Science program, leading to certification in the field of school librarian, pre-K through grade 12. Approval of this request will allow the candidate to complete the clinical experience at the American International School in Chennai, India. Ms. Simrick has lived in India since 2019 and has signed her employment contract for the 2023-24 school year. The site supervisor will work with USC Columbia's program director and coordinator of field experiences, and the candidate mentors will ensure that South Carolina requirements are met completely. The South Carolina Department of Education recommends that the State Board approve the USC Columbia request for an out-of-state student placement for Rebecca Simrick for the fall 2023 semester.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Board Member Kriminger made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Board Member Cordray seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you, Mrs. Walsh. The third item is a new educator preparation program approval recommendation, Charter Inspire Alternative Certification Pathway, submitted by the South Carolina Public Charter School District. We have Dr. James Ritter from the Office of Educator Services to present to the committee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a little bit of background on alternative preparation before we move into the item, if that's okay, so that it'll give you a little bit more information on how we approve those or how those look. South Carolina Code annotated 592630 establishes the authority of the State Board of Education to issue a conditional teaching certificate to an individual who does not qualify for a full certificate based on completion of a teacher preparation program at an approved college or university. To be eligible, the individual must have earned a bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited college or university with a major in the certification area and a qualifying score on the required subject area examination. The State Board of Education may renew a conditional teaching certificate annually for a maximum of 3 years if the holder of the certificate shows satisfactory progress toward completion of a teacher certification program prescribed by the board within 3 years of being conditionally certified. In 2017, Regulation 4351 was amended authorizing the State Board of Education to approve additional alternative route certification programs and approve the content areas for certification. In March 2019, the State Board of Education approved guidelines that established a process and standards for the approval of alternative certification programs and preparation programs that outline the criteria for provider eligibility and detail the proposal and review process and establish standards for the initial and continuing approval of new alternative route programs. Upon successful completion of an alternative preparation program requirements, as well as the induction and summative evaluation requirements of the state's expanded system for assisting, developing, and evaluating professional teaching, known as ADEPT, successful program completers are eligible to advance to a standard educator certificate. Today, the South Carolina Public Charter School District has developed a proposal for a new alternative preparation program called the Charter Inspire Alternative Certification Pathway, or INSPIRE, in the fields of early childhood education, elementary education, middle-level language arts, middle-level mathematics, middle-level social studies, middle-level science, English, math, social studies, and science. The proposal has been reviewed by subject matter experts and approved by the Professional Review Committee on January 13, 2023. The SCDE recommends the SBE approve the Charter Inspire Alternative Certification Pathway Program at the South Carolina Public Charter School District for schools including East Point Academy, Lakes and Bridges Charter School, Legacy Early College, and Myers Center for Special Children. If the program proposal is approved by the SBE, Charter Inspire will be able to enroll candidates beginning with the fall 2023.
Thank you. Are there any questions? I have a question.
Sure.
And your explanation prior to this helped me understand it a lot better.
Okay?
So thank you for that.
Sure.
My question is, if a teacher is certified through this particular item or other ones, are they then able to transfer to a traditional public school district as a certified teacher? That's where I'm a little bit confused.
As they complete the program, they're actually working as an employee in a school district as a teacher of record. When they complete the program, they go from an alternative certificate to a professional certificate.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Any other questions?
So it's like an internship,
It's somewhat similar.
and they're working under somebody in that subject matter there at that school that has higher certification.
FM?
Sure. So with this particular proposal, this program will support teachers that are going through this process in these particular schools in the public charter school district. So alternative route teachers are actually employed as teachers of record. Now, they will have a mentor assigned to them. Districts and schools have to provide these teachers a little additional support because they may have preparation in that subject area, but the pedagogy piece, how to teach that, is the new component for them. So with this proposal, these teachers will be working in these particular schools. Over 3 years, they will go through all the requirements of the program, teacher induction, summative evaluation, and then once they have that standard professional certificate, that renewable 5-year certificate, they can move to another school or another district. But if they want to stay in this particular pathway, they would have to stay in one of these schools.
For 3 years?
For the 3 years, yes.
And they're all charter schools.
For this particular program, yes. So this is the public charter school district has developed basically a district program. So Greenville has a district level alternative route program called GATE. Charleston also has one, Teach Charleston, and Dr. Ritter is going to present another from Beaufort in just a few minutes.
All of those charter schools sponsored by the same higher ed institution.
So with a statewide public charter school district, they're not attached to a higher ed
Oh, they're
institution.
not.
Not this particular district. It is a statewide charter district, but unlike the other 2 statewide districts, it's not associated with a higher ed institution.
Are we still seeing people go through the PACE program?
Oh, yes, ma'am. We have
This
over
is- This is
1,000.
just another avenue.
Yes, ma'am.
For that.
It's another pathway. We have over 1,000 candidates in the PACE program right now.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Board Member Cordray made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second?
Board Member Kriminger seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
The motion carries. The 4th item for approval today is a new educator preparation program approval recommendation, Low Country Educator Alternative Pathway, LEAP, for Beaufort County School District. Dr. Ritter will also present this item to the committee.
Thank you. The Beaufort County School District has developed a proposal for a new alternative preparation program in the fields of middle-level mathematics, middle-level science, math, and science. The proposal has been reviewed by subject matter experts and approved by the Professional Review Committee on January 13th, 2023. If the SCDE recommends the State Board of Education approve the Low Country Alternative Pathway for Beaufort County School District, if the proposal is approved by the SBE, this program, known as LEAP, will be able to enroll candidates beginning with fall 2023.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Board Member Kriminger made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
So, Madam Chair, there seems to be some question whether I should recuse myself because this is a Beaufort County matter.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Harrington, you might want a second.
Is there a second? Board Member Harrington seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
May I ask a question? Are these standards that we're approving for alternative teacher preparation, are they now going, since we approved it, available to any district? Or does every district have to come and request a deviation?
The standards are the same, but each district that proposes one of these would have their own program that they wrote, which would follow those standards.
They'd have to come have it approved.
That's correct.
So there's no way.
Is your mic on? We're having trouble hearing you.
I was just asking the question about whether these standards and this approval applied to all other school districts that had similar qualifying programs for alternative methods of qualifying teachers. And I was told, I understand that that's not the case, that there is a standard, but that each school district and each situation has to come before the board and get approval.
Did I have was there a second? Mr. Harrington, okay. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Thank you for these
Thank you.
presentations, Dr. Ritter. For information only, we have 4 items today. The first one is Professional Review Committee, PRC, Educator Preparation Provider and Program Updates. Mrs. Walsh will present.
Thank you
this
so
item.
much. Excuse me. The purpose of this item is to notify the State Board of recent educator preparation notifications and status updates. The first is, on December 1st, 2022, North Greenville University notified the South Carolina Department of Education of changes to content coursework in the following preparation programs: English, Social Studies, Mathematics, Spanish, and Theater. The changes will be effective beginning with the 2023-24 school year. Second, on December 5th, 2022, Converse University notified the South Carolina Department of Education that the institution removed educational psychology and human growth and development from the MED and EDS programs at administration and supervision only, beginning with the fall 2022 academic term. Erskine College. Following a comprehensive review, the Southern Association of Colleges and School Commission on Colleges, or SAC-COC, disseminated a notification on December 9th that Erskine College was denied reaffirmation, continued accreditation, and placed on a warning for 12 months to comply with principles of accreditation core requirements. This institution's next review will be in December of 2023, and during the interim, Erskine College does remain completely accredited. On January 20th, 2023, North Greenville University notified the South Carolina Department of Education that the early childhood and elementary education post-baccalaureate certification-only programs will be revised to include 75 practicum hours. And lastly, on February 2nd, 2023, the Citadel and the College of Charleston notified the South Carolina Department of Education that as of June 1st, 2021, the Citadel is the sole administrator of the MAT and Middle Grades Education Program. This program was originally approved to be offered jointly, and it was discontinued at the College of Charleston at the end of spring 2021. Those are the updates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The second item for information only is the annual report on individuals certified through American Board. We welcome Kim Kelso from the Office of Educator Services to present. Thank you, Kim.
Hi, everybody. Good morning to you all. Yes, today I'd like to present a few items related to alternative certification programs. These are all for information purposes. The first item I'd like to present to you today is item 6, the annual report on individuals certified through the American Board for the Certification of Teacher Excellence. This annual report is required pursuant to State Statute Code 5925-350 as part of the American Board for the Certification of Teacher Excellence Act. This report provides employment and performance data for the 2021 through 22 academic year, and this relates to all educators who held the American Board Certificate for that year.
Thank you. Mrs. Kelso will also present the report on individuals certified, you're doing them individually, right?
Yes.
Through the South Carolina Teach for America program.
Okay. The next item I'd like to present to you is the report for those individuals certified through the Teach for America program. This annual report is required pursuant to State Board Regulation 4351 certification requirements. This report provides the employment and performance evaluation data for Teach for America candidates issued an alternative route certificate during the 2021 through 22 academic school year.
And finally, the fourth item presented for information only is the annual report on individuals certified through Teachers of Tomorrow. Mrs. Kelso.
Okay. And the last item I'd like to present to you today is the annual report on those individuals certified through Teachers of Tomorrow, another alternative program. This report provides the performance and evaluation data for Teachers of Tomorrow candidates issued an alternative route certificate during the 2021 through 22 academic year. All of these reports are presented as information to the State Board of Education and will be submitted to the General Assembly no later than March 31st, 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Kelso and
thank
Mrs.
you.
Walsh for these information-only presentations. We will now ask for committee members to approve adding EP 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to place action items 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the consent agenda?
So move.
Board Member Kriminger made a motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Board Member Cordray seconded the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Is there any other business to come before the committee?
I have a question I'd like to ask related to the last topic for information. Just curious if we measure in any way, if we have the ability to measure the success of teachers who come through these alternative certification programs to see how well they work, I guess.
It's a good question. So all of these teachers have to go through the same performance evaluation requirements as our traditionally prepared teachers. Act 165 that was passed by the legislature toward the end of the last legislative session actually gives us some additional authority to develop some evaluation measures for alternative route programs. And that project is now underway, working with the Commission on Higher Education. But these teachers do have to go through that very same summative evaluation requirement as any other teacher.
Sort of like how, if we measure how well regular certificate programs.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
How many alternative teachers do we have? I mean, these two programs.
So we actually have 9 programs. There are 9 currently approved alternative route programs. And if you'd be interested in our presenting some data on the numbers, we can present that as information in the next month or two. We'll be glad to do that. There are 1,800 and was it 1,865, the total number? 1,856 teachers are currently certified through one of our alternative route programs. So they're in either the first, second, or third year of that program, moving towards a full professional certificate. So, I mean, that's a sizable portion of our beginning teachers that are coming through an alternative pathway.
All of those involve student loan forgiveness?
No. So these are alternative route programs. So instead of going through a traditional college or university preparation program, they are working through a different pathway as an employed teacher. So they already have at least a bachelor's degree. Some have master's degrees in the subject area, but they are doing that pedagogy piece. They're learning how to teach through that alternative pathway. Each of those pathways is a little different. So that's why you asked a great question earlier. about the standards for approving these programs, and if a district wanted to do a program, would they have to seek approval? And they would, because each one of these programs is slightly different. So for instance, the Beaufort program that Dr. Ritter just shared with you, they're concentrating on 4 subject areas where they have critical vacancies: middle level math, science, and then high school math and science. Whereas the Greenville program pretty much mirrors the subject areas that are available through PACE. So each one of these programs is a little different. But we'll be glad to bring those numbers to you. So, all right,
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you. Are there any additional questions, comments? Hearing none, we will adjourn. Thank you very much.